Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. We are actually in my kitchen, so welcome. I will apologise if it's a bit echoey. We've got quite a lot of stuff in here, so I wouldn't think it was, but never filmed in here, so don't know how the sound's going to turn out. But I've got a very exciting video for you today because I'm actually doing a grocery haul for you. I was going to do like a shop with me, but it was just me shopping, and I think I managed to get like 3 clips because there was a lot going on. I had my list in one hand, the trolley in the other, trying to grab things. It was a bit much. So I've got a haul for you. I've got a lot of stuff that I'm going to show you. This is kind of my typical things that I buy each week. I did wait a little bit longer than I usually would just so that I really did need a good amount of stuff to kind of show you what I tend to eat, what I usually eat as a student in London, as well as the prices and some tips along the way. Now I've done these in the past where I've done like either the haul first or the tips first, like a bit chatty then the haul or the other way around, but I think I'm going to merge them this time. So I'm really going to like go through everything that I got just to really explain why I got it and why I didn't get something else, or what the price was or the reasoning behind it, just so that everyone's up to date on why students buy what they do and spend as little or as much as they do. So I do my weekly shop at Lidl. This is very new to me. Last year I lived in a different house and I did all my shopping at Asda. And then I sometimes did my shop in Sainsbury's when we first moved here. And I can honestly say, like, doing my shop at Lidl saves me so much money. I'm not sure how they do it, but doing my shop in Sainsbury's would always come to about £24 maybe if I was buying a lot, 25, and then if I was doing a cheap one, maybe like £20. This one, which shop was quite like significant for me, I guess, for a weekly shop, and it came to £17.12, and usually my like weekly top-ups can be anything from like £10 to £13, so it's like a huge difference, like nearly half price, which kind of shocking. So it may also be though I only go to Sainsbury's when I'm shopping with Christian and he tends to be adding stuff to the trolley, so that could also be. We do buy separately, but that could be why. Anyway, let's start. Oh, I should also say, I've probably said it 100 times on this channel, I have an online coach and he's recently given me a new meal plan, so some of the things are new or things that I won't necessarily be buying every week, but we'll get to that. So, starting off, I've got some wraps. I freaking love fajitas, and I just find like it more interesting than bread, I guess. Like making a wrap is more interesting to me than making a sandwich. So when I'm going to uni and things like that, these are really great to just roll up, shove in a box and take with you. And you can also do loads of things with these. You can do like tacos, you could do a breakfast burrito, you could do a fajita like I said, you could do a quesadilla if you wanted to. So they're really like universally used, I guess. But new thing is, these are small ones. I usually buy like the big ones, but I found myself just snacking on a plain wrap because student life. So I've opted for the small ones, which means I have 2 now instead of like just one big one for my dinner. But it also means if I do snack on one, it's like a lot less of a wrap to snack on. And these were 49p, so pretty insignificant cost there. That is also something that I won't be buying every week. I won't get through 8 tortillas in a week. Maybe I'll get through maybe like 4, so every 2 weeks I buy that. That will probably be the same for these, which are cinnamon and raisin bagels. This is completely new to my shop as for my meal plan that my online coach has set out for me, so I have had these before and I freaking love them, and I'm so happy that they're included in my meal plan. But yeah, this was something new, and these were 69p, so again, pretty cheap, especially for what, 6 bagels? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bagels. So this is just a good breakfast option. Again, super easy because you can just bung it in the toaster. I also think, depending on how my meal plan goes, that this could be a great thing to just shove into the toaster when you get home from uni and you just want something quick if it's been like a stressful day. So very excited about those. I also got some whole wheat fusilli pasta. Again, I won't be going through this whole pack in a week, but these were also really inexpensive. These were 42p. You can get a lot of a larger bag, but in my cupboard where we keep the pasta, we don't have that much room, so I had to get the smaller one in order for it to fit. I am trying to be conscious of plastic when I'm shopping, but Lidl is pretty bad for that, honestly. I think the only thing they really have like not wrapped in plastic is avocados and like bell peppers and things like that. So yeah, that's a bit of a struggle and something I am trying to work on, but I think just for my budget, like I can't be too picky, so I had to get the smaller bag in the plastic. But I usually tend to buy the larger bags because obviously then it's like less purchasing time and time again, so less plastic. Also cheaper if you buy it bigger. I also grabbed some tuna. This is in sunflower oil. They didn't have any in spring water, which was kind of annoying, but I like this one too, so this was fine. This was slightly more expensive, obviously, because it's meat. This was £2.95, which for tuna, like 4 tins of tuna, is pretty good. Like, it's probably more expensive in the other high street shops, but I will probably get the individually packed ones next time, just because this is wrapped in plastic. And thinking back on that, I should have got the individual ones. It does make it a bit more expensive, but you have to kind of figure out what your priorities are and where you can afford to spend a little bit of money, where you feel is necessary. But this is really good to put in pasta, to put in the wraps. I've got some pittas which I could put it in, so just like lunch, dinner, it's pretty universal. And I freaking love tuna. I am that really annoying person in the library who opens a tuna sandwich, and I'm really sorry about it, but I love it too much to not have it. I have then got some rice cakes. These were 79p, which I think is pretty good, because I think usually rice cakes are around £1 if you get them from like other high street stores. I got the unsalted ones just because I'm going to be having these with like peanut butter and like sweeter things rather than savoury, so I thought I didn't want too much salt because peanut butter is obviously got high salt content. So I went for the unsalted ones. Again, these are just really great to snack on. Obviously, take them or leave them. Some people don't like them, but if you're looking for a low calorie snack, these are really great. I then got some eggs. I freaking love eggs. Like any kind of brunch food, I'm so there for. So poached eggs on toast is like my dream. I just go for the medium free range eggs. I don't tend to get the large ones just because I feel like the medium ones do just a good job for less of a price. Obviously, figure out what works for you. These were, I think, 60 something p, 69p. So 6 eggs, 69p, pretty good. Again, I don't know if I'll go through all of these in 1 week, maybe like 10 days or so, but I tend to have 2 at a time, so around there probably. Then I mentioned this earlier, I have got some pita breads. This is also new to me. I never get pita, I always just have my wraps, but this was on my meal plan, so picked these up. They were very inexpensive. They were 42p, so exactly the same price as the wraps, but these will be really great for lunch, like going into uni. And yeah, not a lot to say about these. Haven't had them in freaking ages, so I'm looking forward to them. But again, super cheap and really good and convenient for lunch times. I then got some knockoff Kit Kats. Again, this is on my meal plan, is one of my snacks, which I'm very happy about. And these were 75p. 75p. Not a lot to say about a Kit Kat. You can shove it in your bag, off you pop. I've also got some dark chocolate, which is also one of my snacks on my meal plan. This is also new. I never really get dark chocolate, but I'm very excited about it because I do often have a chocolate craving, and I think it is important to like satisfy those cravings with something. Obviously, a healthier option is better than an unhealthy one, so we've gone for dark chocolate, and this was 79p. Now, this is already opened because I had it for breakfast, but I bought some frozen berries. These were £1.99. £1.99. All of their frozen fruit was the same price, which was really great. I prefer the raspberries just flavour wise. I don't really like frozen strawberries. I'm really funny in the sense, like, I freaking love strawberries, but strawberry flavoured anything, milkshakes, jelly, yoghurt, ice cream, not a fan, just not a fan. So with the raspberries, I do really prefer buying frozen fruit, although it comes in like this packet that's not really recyclable compared to like a punnet or anything. They last so much longer because there's no way I would go through like 500 grams of raspberries in 1 week. That's just not going to happen. And they're also better like nutritionally for you if they're frozen. I don't really know how it works, but I think it just preserves some of the goodness in there. So if you do have the luxury of having a bigger freezer and you can afford to get some frozen fruit, it's obviously cheaper than the fresh stuff, but just make sure obviously you've got the space for it. But yeah, love these. I then got some chicken. Again, I do frozen chicken and I try to buy the biggest bag so that I'm using less plastic and getting the most for my buck. So this is a kilogram, and this was £3.50, so pretty good value. I'm not sure how great this chicken is. I mean, it's Lidl Simply Own chicken, and it doesn't say nothing about being from England or being free range or anything like that. May need to look into that, but just for me and my budget, this is what works. I know it's not the best out there. I do try and be responsible where I can, but just this week my budget was a bit tighter and I knew I was buying more, so I opted for this one. Moving forward, if there's flexibility in my budget, I will upgrade to a nicer one, but for this 2 weeks or however long it took me to go through this chicken, it's just what works for me. I think that is really important as a student, is obviously know what your values are and what your priorities are, but be flexible with your budget, in the sense like you know how much you have to spend and just work what you can into that. I mean, chicken is, to me, was my only meat I bought other than tuna. Like, it's what I have for dinner like every night, so it was really important that I got that, and it was just how my budget worked out this week, unfortunately. But I don't think you can put too much pressure on yourself, because then you get really like bogged down with like, oh my gosh, I don't have enough money, oh my gosh, London is so expensive, which both are true, but you just can't kind of do what works for you. I then got a red pepper. This was the only thing I got which wasn't wrapped in plastic. This is going to sound really stupid, but I was almost willing to get the one wrapped in plastic, because I was like, I don't know how many people have touched this, and coronavirus, you know, this is going to be getting a good wash, and I am going to be washing my hands. I washed my hands as soon as I got in, because I was like touching so much stuff in the supermarket. But I opted for the non-plastic one, because I think I've got 2 peppers in my fridge already, so I didn't need a load, so I just got one. And this was 42p. I then got a cucumber. Not much to say about this. 57p. Will be good in the pictures, good in the wraps. Now, this is not usually on my list, but I did get some peanut butter. I recently did a video where it was like 10 things I no longer buy, and one of them was like spreads, because old Amber, like a month ago Amber, would have just sat there and eaten through this whole jar, and I'm really going to try and have my willpower not to do it. But peanut butter and almond butter, which I didn't manage to get, were on my meal plan, so I did want to include those, just because obviously my trainer's gone through the effort of working it out and thinks that this is a good option for me. So I bought some peanut butter. This was £1.09. I got the smooth one. I don't tend to like the crunchy one, I just find it too difficult to spread. So I got the smooth peanut butter. I freaking love peanut butter, so again, I'm going to try really hard not to eat this all. But this is something new that I would not usually buy, and obviously I would not buy it every week. Is this glass? It is glass, so I don't feel as bad. I tried not to get the like plastic one. I tried to opt for a glass one, which I did. I then got some apples. I freaking love apples. I think they're my favourite fruit, which is kind of sad. But they're just so easy to snack on and like take with you on the go, which is what I'm always looking for when I'm off to uni. I get the Braeburn apples. Not sure if that matters to anyone, but they're crispy and sweet and sometimes a little bit sour, which I like. You never really know what you're going to get. And these were 97p, which is pretty good for apples, because they're usually like £1 plus, and there's 6 in here I think, so this will definitely last me a week. I then got some pesto. Again, this isn't usually on my go-to list. This is something new that was in my meal plan, but super inexpensive. I think this was 59p, which is really good. I actually picked up 2 of these because, again, coronavirus, I'm like kind of stockpiling, which is kind of bad, but I'm just nervous it's going to get to the point where they're like, everyone's staying inside and we're going to have no food. So I have low-key been stockpiling, so maybe I'm one of those crazy people who reads too much stuff on the internet. But I got 2 of these, but I only included 1 in this bill, so 49p. Oh, and that's it. That's everything I bought. So in total, does it tell me how many items I bought? So in total, I bought 16 items for £17.12, which I think is pretty good considering I bought a huge bag of chicken and some tuna and like organic peanut butter. So not bad shot there. But that is everything I have for this video. I hope you've learned something from like my tips and tricks. It's just something I've learned along the way. Something I really like about Lidl is that they don't have tons to choose from. Like there's not 50 of each brand. So it's usually quite quick going in there and just grabbing everything, and the prices are really low, which is great for student budgets. I do really hope that they introduce like more package free items, because that's the only thing that's kind of like killing my soul when I go in there. Is like I'd much prefer to like buy all my fruit and veg not in plastic, or like, you know, wherever I can, like my breads and stuff, like if I could buy it from the bakery section not wrapped in plastic, that'd be great. And I know other supermarkets are really making an effort to do that. Unfortunately, my budget right now just means I can't support those companies, those supermarkets, and I have to kind of do what works for me right now to ensure that I'm eating within my budget. But obviously I finished uni in 1 month, so I could be on the big bucks and supporting those companies, which I'm really looking forward to. I actually want to try and challenge myself to do a zero waste shop, like kind of shop around in different places and bulk stores and stuff, and actually see how much that would come to compared to like the £17 that I spent this week. So that could kind of be interesting. Let me know if that's something you're interested in. But if you have liked this video, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe down below, because I'm currently posting 3 videos a week, which is like pretty impressive. A lot of content coming your way, so make sure you stick around for that, and hopefully I'll see you very soon.